Happy New Year. Hope everybody had a great and safe holiday season. Thank you for coming to my channel, Jan's Tennis Odyssey. Today, we're going to dive, either one, into who is the GOAT, the greatest of all time male tennis player. Um, I usually hate these discussions, usually about team sports and how nothing against Tom Brady. He's an awesome quarterback, but how he's the greatest of all time. Well, he may be the greatest quarterback, but the last I checked, he never lined up at nose tackle. Michael Jordan, he needed Rodman to get rebounds for him and play defense, and LeBron, he needs help too. He can't do it all. But in tennis and golf, I think we can maybe determine this. And obviously, eras are a big difference too. Rod Laver, he won 198 or so tournaments, but would he be as effective today as he was back then? I mean, the guy is 5'7". And Pete Sampras, who is my favorite player of all time, he won 64 tournaments and 14 majors, and everybody thought that was going to last a while, but obviously it did not. It's been shattered by three guys. So I know there's a lot of passion as to who is the greatest of all time. So, and that's the problem when you are talking about the greatest of all time. Too many people use their heart and not their heads, which I'm in the same boat too. So, but I think I've come up with a formula where I can eliminate all that stuff and just put it into black and white. So, what kind of criteria is used? Obviously, majors, that's a very important thing. But I heard Jim Courier, he was actually talking about this. And in the locker room, weeks at number one is huge. But in my formula, I don't know to give it a point value. I don't know how to do that. So I am not going to use weeks at number one in my formula to determine who is the greatest of all time. There are four camps, right? There's Federer fans, Rafa fans, Novak fans, and fans of whoever's playing against Djokovic. There does seem to be an overall, I don't want to say hatred because that's pretty extreme, but just, Roger and Rafa were the first two, so I think there's just, you know, that love for those two, and for Novak, he's just interloper, and I know he alienated some people in the beginning, and the way he plays rubs some people the wrong way, but or the way, I guess, not the way he plays, but just the way he acts. But I cut him some slack there because if I'm playing in front of 15,000 people and the 14,950 are all against me, yeah, I think I would probably blow up a time or two as well. So maybe letter on a whiteboard. I'm not quite good enough yet to create something to put on a video, but eventually I will. But just some numbers. So on the men's tour, as the WTA as well, but on the ATP, there are tournaments that are divided into groups. They're called the 250s, the 500s, the Masters Series 1000s, the majors, which you get 2,000 points for winning, and then the ATP finals, which the top 8 players at the end of the year are invited to play to this, and if you win, you get 1,500 points. So obviously the top 8 guys do get a little extra at the end of the year to help them stay top 8. But here are some numbers that are just absolutely mind-blowing. What these 3 players have done, and 2 of them are still playing. So it's absolutely mind-blowing. So it's going to be a little hard for me to read this and show you, but so I am going to have a little bit of a cheat sheet here. So Roger, he's won 1,251 matches. He lost 275. That's just amazing. 81.9%. Nadal's at 83.1. Novak 83.3. Just absolutely incredible. So Roger has won a 25 250s, 24 500s, 28 Masters, 6 ATP Final Championships, and 20 majors, and was number 1 for 310 weeks. Nadal, he won 10 250s, 23 500s, 36 Masters, 0 ATP Championships, and as you will see when I put these numbers together, that really hurt him as far as being the greatest of all time. 22 majors, which currently is the most, and he was at number 1 for 209 weeks. Djokovic, 83.3%. Like I said, he won 11 250s, 15 500s, 38 Masters, 6 ATP Championships, and 21 majors, and has been number 1 for an amazing 370 weeks. That's so between those and 3 guys, they have been number 1 for almost 900 weeks, which is just, yeah, hard to fathom. Well, what I've come up with, this is just really simple and basic, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to give point totals to each player for all of these wins that they've had, and then I'm going to, whoever has the most points in my mind is the greatest of all time. You can take out all the head-to-head stuff. You can take out the weeks at number 1. You can take about whose game is prettier, whose game is boring, whose game is just, he plays like it's the last point he'll ever play, whoever you think's an asshole, all that stuff that does not matter. So I'm going to use the whiteboard here. So I would be back in 2 minutes. Okay, we're back. So now time for the big reveal. Very interesting. Obviously with Roger retiring, his numbers are not going to go up. Rafa and Novak, theirs will probably go up, I'm sure. So without further ado, so as you can see, the winner with the most points from all the tournament wins is Djokovic by a fair amount as well, and Nadal can still probably catch him, but you know, I personally think he has a year, maybe 2 at the very most left. He's just you know, especially with his newborn son, you know, I mean, who knows what drives these guys, because you know, obviously they have more money than they'll ever spend. But now I know when I put this down, I'm sure there are a lot of people cursing me out and calling me, but you know, hey, this is just all fun, but this is the fairest way. When I first did it, I really had no idea, but I was surprised that Nadal had not won any ATP Tour Final Championships. And to me, that, you know, if he was in the same boat as the other 2 guys, obviously, you know, he'd be first right now probably. But, you know, so anyway, but all that being said, I remember as a kid I could not stand the Boston Celtics because being a Milwaukee Bucks fan, we always had problems with Celtics, and I could not stand Larry Bird or Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish, and oh god, those fans just annoyed the hell out of me. But near the end of Bird's career, I started to really just kind of pay attention. I thought, damn, he's a good player. I wish I would have paid more attention to him and his artistic beauty, his basketball acumen. I mean, it was just, but I just spent all that time just despising him. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that with Roger retired, one of the three are gone. So soon, in 2 or 3 years, all these guys are going to be gone. And, we just need to appreciate them for who they are and what they are, and the skill level, and just the amazing tennis that they play, because it is amazing. All three of those guys, I've run out of superlatives and adjectives and everything I can think of. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed my little formula. I'm sure there's some who did not, but anyway, whatever. So stay tuned for later this week. I'm going to post two more videos, some of my singles matches, which after watching them, I realized I have a ways to go. But that's why I'm doing this. So anyway, I forgot my unofficial sponsor, Door County Cherry Harvest Beer. Oh, man, that's good. So thank you very much for watching my video. And God bless everyone, and go Packers. Thank you.